are you going? Come on, show me. Oh!
Growing up playing basketball, Rob Volmer has learned a few things about life. Lessons he teaches his 3 children now.
Nice shot. There you go.
You know, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes it's just you have to be at the right place at the right time. Tactically, you got to take a little bit of a risk for the chance of a big reward.
Rob takes these life lessons from the basketball court to the boardroom.
Let's talk a little bit about why people buy.
From coaching kids to coaching clients and staff. He's the president of Crosby Volmer International Communications, based in Washington, D.C., offering strategic communications to companies, governments, associations, and nonprofits.
Companies in general, they want something to happen or not happen. They want someone to buy something or not buy. They want someone to support an issue or not support. They want you to tell your friends or not to tell your friends something. What is that? And so what we call it is a call to action.
A call to action has an immediate goal: support, block, follow, or share.
Our range of clients is all over the board. We've worked with companies like Wells Fargo and Hilton. We've worked with startups. We've worked with government clients. We put the city of Oklahoma City on a diet to lose £1 million, for instance. A lot of clients think that you need someone that specializes in healthcare or IT or this or that or the other. You just need someone that knows how to get people to do what you want them to do. What's the instruction that you want delivered? What's that call to action?
When and why do people buy?
If you're first, that's always helps. You're kind of a new solution. You're the best or you're the cheapest. It's not about you as a seller. It's not about how successful you are. It's not about your commitment to the environment. I mean, all that helps. But at the end of the day, it's about the buyer. What does the buyer want? What is going to create a solution for them, or what's going to solve a problem? One of the iconic logos out there is this logo. You look at the cursive that they use for the C, even the O carried over. And unlike Coca-Cola, where you might have an automatic preference, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, when it comes to wine, most people are making a choice off of the label. Even the C in the Chateauneuf is very, very impactful.
Rob says that to encourage a buy, create emotion around your brand or idea.
Everyone has certain brands that they buy for a certain reason. Maybe it reminds them of their childhood. Maybe it's a certain smell. Maybe it's a certain experience. Think about Nike. Nike, just do it, the swoosh symbol. There's so many kids that are out there. Why do they buy Nikes? Because they're going to make me run the fastest. On a daily basis, we're constantly hit with brands. 2,000, 10,000, even up to 20,000. You might think that sounds like a lot, but as you're walking down the street, you're noticing brand after brand after brand. But you know what? We forget 80% of those really within the second we see them, or within a couple of seconds when we see them. How do you make your brand stick out? What do you do that's a little bit different? And so branding has become such an art.
Rob says to secure that buy, you must influence the decision maker's circle of trust. By touching those places, the buyer goes for information and advice. News sources, social media, friends.
Your circle of trust is evolving. And the more times you can tap into that circle of trust, the more likely you are to influence someone's behavior pattern and what they end up buying or telling people to do or not do. In some cases, you have companies that have actually become part of that circle of trust. An example of that would be Apple. If Apple today started selling vacuum cleaners, I think Apple would sell a lot of vacuum cleaners. Not because they proved themselves at selling vacuum cleaners, but because they've become part of the circle of trust of so many. Does it really even make you raise your eyebrow?
We asked Rob if he would call himself a business psychologist.
Yeah, I would definitely call myself a business psychologist. We know those questions to ask. And so it's questions like, what does success look like? Where are you? You got to know where you are and where you want to go before you determine how you get there. Success to me makes me feel like I've helped an organization elicit the desired call to action. Something that's positive. It's good for humanity, it's good for their customer base, it's good for the company. So anytime I've achieved that result, I'm very happy. We're partnering with Microsoft. Now we have to take this online. Selling can be fun. It's part of who I am. It's just making sure I'm selling the right thing for the right reason. We've used this actual board game to teach 400,000 kids how to do math. If I'm helping people do things better, then I think I'm doing my job and I do enjoy it.